I think beyond blocks, as the name say, I think it's gone beyond many people's expectation, because when you come to the tech conference or a blockchain or crypto conference, sometimes you expect too many just sales pitches and not so much of the beef, the knowledge, the meat. But I think at least beyond blocks is a conference where you not only meet interesting people in the industry, in this technological field, in blockchain, and some interesting projects, but also you hear the guru from different countries, different fields to talk about their own experience. No, there definitely seems like a bigger turnout crowd here, and the audience are more mixed. I mean, there's a good mix between both the local crowd and the foreign crowds, and seems more internationalized. So I'm the CEO of Credit Lyonnais Securities, CLSA, which is a part of CITIC Group. So my daily job is on the investment banking field. So we do service our institutional clients on making investment in the listed firm, but we also have the private equity arm, the financial technology arm, the fintech arms. So we're always out there to look for new investment, new ideas, whether on the new startups, ICO space, as well as some of the new fintech firms that could partner with CLSA in the future. And also on the board of a few various ministries, so the Stock Exchange of Thailand, the National Innovation Agency, the Electronic Transaction Development Agency. But really all those agencies have some linkages in the sense that Thailand is being driven by new technologies and innovation, and the aspiration is that we should be able to work together in terms of cross ministry and cross organization to have one aim, one goal, which is really to how do you bring about the sustainable growth through using the innovation. So I think all the 3 or 4 ministries are doing the same thing together. It was very interesting because I think I'm one of the very few people at this conference who has the chance to meet, back then in 2009, a man who claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto. I say he claimed to be because this was in 2009. It was a conference in San Francisco, in Napa Valley to be precise. And then he got talking about cryptocurrency, about Bitcoin and the white paper in 2009. And at that time, I'm from a traditional investment background. So everyone in the room was from a pension fund, hedge funds. They thought this guy is a fraud. So this was in 2009. And then later on, it kind of got me interested more and more as Bitcoin develop, evolve, and become, people kind of beginning to talk about it, use it. You hear it more in conferences. And I tried to contact that guy, and he disappeared. You cannot contact him. So, and then it got me even more interested when my friends are doing some coins, and some of my good friends have come up with some good projects, like Omiseko is my personal childhood friend. So those kind of got me interested even more. I think it's a huge opportunity, and I think the country, both Thailand and the NIA itself, is just waking up to this. And I think they know that there's potential that can increase efficiency in the company. It can save costs. It can store data and use the data in a better ways. And it can connect people in many aspects, the business aspect, the social aspects. So I think now the government as a whole, and NIA is a part of Ministry of Science and Technology. And they are definitely looking at opportunities of how they can bring this about, both on the social angle for social enterprise and from the actual business angle as well. I think it's a lot of effects because, I'm seeing more big conglomerates this day. When organize seminars, there is always now a session on blockchain strategy, or they call it a new technological strategy. So they talk about artificial intelligence, AI, they talk about blockchain, they talk about data analytics. So those 3 things in Thailand now is really being put to the forefront in the business world. The social enterprise world, we just had a conference that finished on how blockchain can bring about transparency and decrease corruption, and how government procurement can probably use blockchain to improve. In Thailand, the Democrat Party, which is the largest political party in Thailand, just used the blockchain technology backed by a company called Zatcoin, one of the biggest Poromin Insom, from Zatcoin. He helped the party do a leadership election using the voting through the blockchain technology. This is in Thailand. So, and this, the Democrat Party. So they use blockchain technology for members of the party, 2.5 million people around the country, to cast a vote, to choose the leader. And it was handled. There was some hiccup, but in the end, everything was great. So it brings about the participation, involvement, empower the people to participate in democracy, even though they are outskirts of nowhere, but they have smartphone, they can vote. Okay, so I think it's also not just a Thailand only problem where inequality is a major issue that needs to be tackled, because globalization has amplified the inequality that you do not distribute the profits evenly, and now you see problems around the world. The uprising in the Middle East, the Brexit in England, the Donald Trump effect in the US, and Thailand. You are seeing this, and the digital divide has amplified this. You're seeing big conglomerates in digital economy, Line, Google, and Facebook, who pay little to no tax in Thailand. Whereas the companies that are great startups, great ideas, who would bring about innovation, who can compete with the bigger guys in the future, they have to pay tax. They have to pay 27% tax in Thailand if they need to raise money through the initial coin offering ICO. They have to pay on a trading tax, the sales tax, or you call it capital gain tax now in Thailand, if you trade on the crypto exchange. Whereas if you trade on the stock exchange of Thailand, you don't pay capital gain tax. So there's already unfair competition there. The big boys on the SET traders do not pay tax, but how come the smaller guys, or the startups, or the teenagers who like to trade or punt, they have to pay tax, and the startups have to pay tax. So to raise money, to raise capital, so it's quite tough. It's kind of costly or expensive to be small and to be poor in a country like Thailand. I think Thailand, the way the West can learn from, can learn from Thailand, right? I think Thailand has a philosophy on sufficiency, especially sufficiency economy, where our late king, Bhumibol Rama IX, he was really the pioneer of this concept on sufficiency economy. And in order just to work in the blockchain world, because some people thought sufficiency economy is something for local, for the grassroots, it probably doesn't need blockchain. But actually, if you think about it, sufficiency economy is all about a person being able to know his entitlement and how he does not stretch too far beyond the means of his own ability to pay, to give. So I think the blockchain will bring about both the transparency and the ability that the person, some farmers who own lands and able to work on their lands, can able to maintain their ownership. So I'm hopeful that in the future, the blockchain technology will be able to rectify and solve some of the disputes on the land ownership in Thailand, which we have. I'm sure anywhere in the world have this, and blockchain technology can bring this about. And once those farmers have land ownership, they know their entitlements, they're becoming to at least have some the sufficiency side of things. And I hope that is a more fulfilling life. They can balance on the life side of things. So both the concept, the culture of Thailand is very rich. How do we promote the culture better and to bring the loyalty, this brand Thailand? Now you've seen some example around the world where celebrities can issue coins on blockchain. I hope in the future where the brand Thailand, the celebrity, the culture of Thailand can be able to use or leverage of that uniqueness of the culture onto the blockchain platform.